Well, good evening, everybody around Australia, New Zealand, Indonesia, and wherever else this might find you. Welcome to our webinar this evening, our Zoom call, which is an open house and if you like, a business opportunity session to take a look at one of the great phenomenal things that are happening in the marketplace right at the moment. My name is Rob Walsh. I'm talking to you from my home, our apartment on the Gold Coast in Australia. And it's my pleasure to bring to you tonight some facts that you may not be aware of that could have a dramatic impact in the way your life is heading if you're looking for change. So it says here we have real people, real products, and real opportunities. We're certainly going to be going through that with you tonight. But just to give you an idea who you're going to be hearing from, we have a physio, we have a teacher, we have a miner, plenty of miners around it seems. We have a veterinary surgeon. We have a home-based mum who is on a vast sheep farm in drought-stricken New South Wales. We have a bank worker. We have another mum, and we have an insurance agent, a broker, an insurance broker. So you're going to hear from some of these people, all walks of life, who have been able to create a plan B around what they're doing right now. So let me just move this on for you. Okay. Now, in this presentation, you're going to hear a couple of things. Number one, mega trends. What's going on? What's hot? What's not? Okay. Particularly in our marketplace, in the countries that I mentioned. You're also going to hear a little bit about our healthy, active lifestyle philosophy. You know, how to become your best and stay there once you get there. Our mission-driven business opportunity. And you'll notice I want to stress the word there, opportunity, because opportunities abound, but how does one go from where you are to where you want to be? What is the transition? What is the bridge to take you if you have that desire and that ambition? You're also going to see some incredible results and hear about some incredible results. And then you're going to have some options, which I'll explain to you right at the very end, okay? So without further ado, let's get to it. Let's talk about megatrends. Number one, if you look at the screen here, obviously there's underemployment, aging population, and nutrition problems, poor nutrition. We'll cover that in order. Underemployment. We talk about employment figures. You know, of course, the government will release figures that complement them. They're not going to release figures otherwise. We all know that, right? But, you know, even if the unemployment rate is, you know, 5 or 6%, 4 or 5 or 6%, it doesn't mean people have the work that they want, the hours that they want. So underemployment is a huge problem here. People just cannot get enough hours. And I personally have that situation. My grandson is working for a large outfit here on the Gold Coast, and he just can't get enough hours, but he has to be on call in case they do need him. Very, very challenging, especially for young people. Youth unemployment, you can see there, this is in 2016, definitely greater number than that now, 258,000. We've got over 1 million people underemployed, and you can see there the numbers of the unemployed, 748,000, 167,800 job vacancies. It's a different world, and there's a word that's come up now called the gig economy. We've all heard that. And basically what that means is a little bit like being a musician. You know, I used to manage bands in Melbourne, and you get a gig. And if you're good enough, you get another gig. But there's no continuity. So the continuity I had as a young person has evaporated. And that's the way the world is today. So underemployment is a problem. It is an issue. Aging population. We've got more people now, you know, getting older, obviously, right, than ever before. And basically what that means is that the age, the population of the world is the highest or oldest it's ever been in human history. There's fewer working age people in the economy to support all age brackets and their needs. And by 2050, those numbers are going to be very much weighted towards the aged, right? And the government is seeing that, and it's looking down the track as to, okay, what are we going to do? What are our solutions? So, you know, one of the things they want to do is keep people working longer Most people don't want to work any longer. They want to enjoy their later years, and they want to do so in good health. Okay, let's look at poor nutrition. If we look at, excuse me, while I just move a few things around here. If we look at the little three figures down the bottom there, overweight or obese people, 71% of men, 56% of women, and alarmingly 27% of children, which is, that means 1 in 4 children is overweight or obese. This is something that wasn't a problem a generation ago. So this is through poor nutrition, more so poor nutritional habits. You know, when we talk about malnutrition or undernutrition, we think of the poor people in third world countries who don't get enough to eat. We say, well, they're malnourished. But in the West, malnourishment is a huge problem as well. And you can see that 63% of the population in Australia and New Zealand, us Anzacs, the bronze Aussies and so forth, overweight or obese. And, you know, no doubt, as you look at these figures, I'm sure that you know people that are in those categories. People who are underemployed, people who are aging, you know, looking forward to retirement, but what kind of a retirement is that going to be, and in what health are they going to be? And also that poor nutrition category of people who are obese and suffering from diet-related diseases that can be remedied largely by dietary input. Okay, again, the emerging megatrends, the rise of entrepreneurs. You know, the internet has brought out now a huge opportunity for so many people. We hear about the YouTube stars, which was a term that no one would have envisaged just probably 7 or 8 years ago. Influencers, you know, people who just get an idea or create an app and so forth. Next thing you know, hundreds of millions of dollars and so forth. But we can all name those people because they are certainly way in the minority, okay? But people have a more entrepreneurial flair now. People don't want to work for the same company their whole life. They're looking for companies that have, you know, a purpose, companies that have a social conscience, companies that want to make a change in the way the world is and the way the world turns out. If you look over here, growth in sports nutrition. You know, one of the things there that's really, really interesting for people who are interested in this thing is the growth in sports nutrition. Sales in Australia by 9% growth, 9%. In fact, it's more than that. We just had an update just a few days ago, and we will update this. But the market here in Australia, 1.1 billion. Now, this is just sports nutrition, 1.1 billion, making it the 4th largest market in the world. So this is certainly an exciting mega trend. If you are looking for what's the next growth industry, okay? You know, we all have to be interested in what's coming in the future, right? Because that's where we're going to spend the rest of our lives. Now, we have solutions to these problems. And look, to be fair, I identified the problems. I'm now going to give you our solutions. But I'm sure that, you know, any reasonable thinking person would identify with those problems. But here's our solutions. We have a healthy, active lifestyle plus a proven mission-driven business opportunity that's open for anyone that can go from where they are to where they want to go. So our solution is this: nutrition, exercise, mindset, and opportunity. Okay. So basically it's this. If you look after your nutrition, if you do any form of movement, any form of exercise, okay, have a good mindset, work on your attitude and envision what you could be, okay, and then the opportunity that attaches to that is just incredible, okay, and we're going to show you that as we move through. Okay, now 1 second. Excuse me, pressing the wrong button here. Okay, so now there is no secret to losing weight. Let me tell you that straight up, okay? So what sets Herbalife products apart, okay, when we talk about our solution? Basically, you know, what our products do is solve the problem of people having an absorption issue. A lot of people are eating more healthfully. There is no question about that. Okay. But, you know, Granny used to say, you are what you eat. You've heard that before, I'm sure. But the truth is, really, you are what you absorb from what you eat. You know, nutrition is in the food that you eat, but the sustenance from that nutrition comes from what your body can absorb and use at a cellular level. Most people have an absorption problem. And if you look down to the bottom photograph here, or picture, I should say, you'll see that is a rendition there of your villi, V-I-L-L-I, villi. They line your intestinal tract, and their job is to absorb the nutrients from the food that you eat into your system. The one on the right there is what most people's villi look like. It's crunched up so that there's not a great area of absorption. Healthy villi, you can see on the left photograph, like this. So there's a huge area of absorption that your villi can take the nutrients from the food you eat. The problem is most people don't eat healthfully enough. Secondly, most people have an absorption problem. And what our products do, which is different, is to cleanse the villi, regenerate your villi, as well as provide the nutrients that you need every day in balance with a proper controlled diet, which we advise you on, okay? And that now creates what we call cellular nutrition. Your body detoxifies, okay? Your body's getting the nutrients it needs. It's going to start to normalize the weight. It's going to start to have more energy and so forth. So that's our solution. And we can go into more of that for you at a later time if you're interested. Obviously, all nutrition companies have doctors of one kind or another. Herbalife's Nutrition Board is eminent. We have a Nobel laureate, Dr. Louis Gnaro, who won the Nobel Prize in company with another doctor for his work into nitric oxide. He now works with Herbalife. Okay, we've got a whole range of doctors there, but if you don't mind me pointing out, down the bottom, Dr. Richard Carmona was the 17th Surgeon General of the United States, and he is on the board of Herbalife, okay? And he does that because he agrees 100% with Herbalife's approach to that healthy, active lifestyle that I mentioned a little earlier. So around all the world, 94 countries, we've got doctors and representatives, PhDs, that help create these products. And last but not least, I want to point out Dr. David Heber here. Dr. David Heber runs the Center for Human Nutrition at UCLA. He is the go-to doctor on obesity, the go-to doctor on human biology and nutrition, the role it plays in that. And so these products are without peer. Here's the facts of Herbalife Nutrition. Most people have heard about Herbalife Nutrition. Here's some of the facts behind it. We're just about to celebrate 40 years in business. Now that means if you've been around for 40 years, you're not the new kid on the block just trying it out, okay? You've got 40 years of history, you've got 40 years of research and development, and these products work. We're open in over 90 countries worldwide, which means that 90 plus governments, it's 94 governments, have scrutinized these products, scrutinized the product, scrutinized the marketing, the way we take our products to the market, and tick. They've given the tick on the products, and they've given the tick to the marketing system that we have to take the products from manufacturing to the consumer. 2018 sales, that's RRP, recommended retail sales, was in excess of 7 billion, okay? That's a big number. That makes Herbalife the largest nutrition company in the world. Listed on the New York Stock Exchange, which means it's all open, okay? Whatever you want to know about Herbalife, it's listed on the New York Stock Exchange, so all the finances and what's exactly happening is an open book. It's been built on a person-to-person basis from wellness coach to client. And here's the interesting thing. Every wellness coach in Herbalife is a user of the product and was a client first. They've had their own incredible result, and there's no one better to help you get a result than someone who's got a result doing what you hope to do. That's our basis of operation. And also, since the start, almost 40 years, 100% money back guarantee, which says, try it for 30 days. If you're not 100% delighted with your result, for any reason, you're going to get your money back, no questions asked. Now, I ask you to ponder that. How do you have a guarantee like that, backed by a New York Stock Exchange listed company, in business for 40 years? You can only do that if the product works and produces the results that people want. Now, let's talk about another thing, okay? If you've got a product that people want, and people need, and people are buying, and people are coming back, then there's obviously an opportunity. Let's talk about how to make an income, okay? There's a couple of things here. Number one, linear income. This is a traditional mindset. Most people say, well, listen, I want to earn more money. You know, I'm just not cutting it here with my job. Okay, I've got ambition. What can I do? The first thing they think about is trading up. They say, well, I got to get a job that's going to pay me more, okay, which is generally as an hour. Okay, so you're trying to uptrade your time for more money, okay? The issue with that is this: you're limited in hours. There's only so many hours you can put in. Secondly, you're building somebody else's business and goodwill. You're not your own. There's a saying that everyone's building a business. You're either building your own or somebody else's, right? So think about that for a moment. People say, listen, I've got a great job. Well, if it's such a great job, can you leave it to your wife or your children if something happens to you, or vice versa? Can you will it? If you can't, well, it's not such a great job. It's somebody else's job. You just happen to have it. Here's the other thing. When you're not trading your time, you're certainly not making money, okay? So you're making money while you're employed in the job, the description. Outside of that, you're not, okay? So residual income. Now, this is a secret of the wealthy. There's no question about it, okay? Residual income is basically this: being paid on value that you can bring to the market, not the time. And it is possible to bring multiple value to the market in the same time that you're doing now, or less. It is possible, okay? We know it's possible because some people make, you know, 50,000 a year, or 100,000 a year, or 300,000 a year, or $1 million a year, or 10 million a year, or 100 million a year, right? In the same time. So there must be a difference in value, okay? Imagine being paid for the value you can bring to the market, not just your time. Building your own personal business, teaching others to be profitable, okay? And getting paid royalties, okay? If you're not sure what royalties are, you can Google it up, but basically it's this: you do the job today, you get paid for it down the track continuously, okay? And here's something that sounds preposterous, but you can be paid while you're asleep. You can be paid 24/7 if you create something of great value in the marketplace, okay? There are several areas of income in Herbalife, starting from retail profit. And I just would like to add here that profits are better than wages. Wages are limited, profits are unlimited, okay? Retail profit, wholesale profit, royalties, production bonuses, vacations, annual bonuses, promotions along the way. All these different streams of income can be generated by people who are involved in our business. Now, let's talk about some results, okay? Because results is where it's at. The proof of the pudding's in the eating, right? So what I want to do is to introduce you to a couple of people. I mentioned before, we have a physio, and I want to introduce you now, if you don't mind, to Brendan Jones up in Geraldton, Western Australia. So Brendan, why don't you come on and tell us what's happening for you?
Thanks for that, Rob. Thanks for the introduction. Hi, everyone. My name's Brendan. I'm a full-time physiotherapist up in Geraldton, Western Australia on the Midwest Coast. As a physio and a father of three and a husband, I was absolutely exhausted and I was desperately in need of energy. I saw a friend of mine who was bouncing out of their skin and decided that I wanted a bit of what she had. So I reached out to her and ultimately she got me onto some products. I gained a truckload of energy really quickly, went on to lose 18 kilos, which I've kept off for 2 years, feeling absolutely fantastic and totally life-changing. Now, ultimately, when I got onto the products, it was just energy. I wasn't looking for a business or anything like that. But then I went along to a lifestyle event, much like the one we're on tonight, but only live and in person. And I saw amazing results, stories, both for the product and from the business perspective. And it opened my eyes to see that maybe I could still be fit and healthy and full of energy and do it cheaper, basically. Get discounts on my products, and then if I push myself a bit harder, I'd be able to get more products and have my business actually pay for it. So I went on to, I came home from that event, bumped into a friend who saw me, saw my result, wanted to know why I was full of energy and having lots of fun, told her, she got on the products, to more people through my work as a physio. I had a lot of people see me, and they commented on where my weight had come from, or gone. So got a few more of those on the products, and ultimately started a little business. Now, remember, I do this seriously part-time around my full-time physio practice and my family. So the thing I love about the business is it directly rewards you for the effort that we put in. And as a seriously part-timer, around the cracks of my day, I have managed over the last 12 months to average about $1,200 a month on a Herbalife income. So thanks, Herbalife, and thanks, Rob, for allowing me to share this evening.
Okay, thank you very much, Brendan. Okay, so we're going to cross to New South Wales now. Pardon me. And we're going to listen to Lauren's story. Lauren, who is a teacher from New South Wales. So 1 second. Hang on. Excuse me. Lauren, let's go. Thank you, Lauren. Take it away.
Hi everybody, I'm Lauren. I'm from a very small town in New South Wales, and I actually fell in love with the Herbalife products in the lead up to our wedding. I was smashing it at the gym and just not getting the results I wanted. Jumped on Herbalife, got incredible results, then fell pregnant with my son, who you can see in the photos there. Had a very rough pregnancy, completely fell off the wagon. And by the time I had my son, I was exhausted. My digestive system was in tatters and I was very overweight and unhappy. I got back on the Herbalife products and to date have dropped 22 kilos. You can see there in the photos. My energy levels are through the roof and I'm finally the happy, healthy mum that I always envisioned that I would be. And yeah, my results are just my favorite thing in the world. I started my Herbalife business 11 months ago purely because I didn't want to go back to my full-time job as a high school teacher, but I still wanted to do something that I could contribute to our family income while staying home with our little boy. At the same time I made that decision, my husband, who was our sole income earner and providing us with a house as part of his job, actually was made redundant. It was a big shock to the system, and I decided that I would hook into the Herbalife business opportunity, to make enough money to cover our rent. So fast forward, I've actually been able to plug into the online training and the leadership stuff that we have going on with Herbalife. It's absolutely amazing. And my income from Herbalife has actually allowed us to purchase our own 30-acre property with a beautiful house. And my Herbalife income is covering our mortgage repayments. So last month, Herbalife actually paid me $4,502 for the month of, last month. So it absolutely covered our mortgage repayments and it's changed our financial life.
Wow, that's great. That's great. Pardon me, Lauren. What a fantastic story. Okay, so what we're going to do now is move over to Atherton in the Tablelands, far north Queensland, and we're going to hear from Paul, who was working on the mines. Okay, Paul, can you take it away, please?
Thank you, mate. How you going?
Very well.
Hello, my name's Paul O'Connor. I'm 54 years old. I'm a FIFO worker from far north Queensland. I took a lot of notice of what my wife was doing. She was taking the products from Herbalife and the amazing results that she achieved. I decided to jump on the bandwagon myself, and I lost 11 kilos. I also needed more energy to keep up with my job. I work in the blast crew and I average walking about 18 kilometres a day when I'm at work in heat of up to 40, 42 and 44 degrees. I also do a lot of gym work, so I get into the sports nutrition range as well. When I'm at home, I do a lot of weights, take my kids to the gym. I've got my kids on the products as well. I'm also, Elisa and myself, we make about $4,000 a month out of the products and running it as a business. And our plans are to build that business up to an acceptable level that both myself and her can just work that one job and have that sole income from Herbalife. That's our plans. So thanks very much for listening to me. I appreciate your time.
Okay, Paul, then thanks so much for sharing, mate, up there in Atherton. So now we're going to come back down to the Gold Coast, and we want to hear from Natalie Serene. This is an incredible story, ladies and gentlemen. Listen to this, and if you think you're working hard, you are. but this lady is absolutely awesome. So Natalie, please take it away.
Hi guys, I'm Natalie from the Gold Coast. I started my Herbalife program after having my daughter. I just couldn't budge that baby weight. I work very long hours, overnight shifts, 80 to 90 hours a week as an emergency veterinarian. And I just lacked the energy and motivation after having my bub. So I jumped on my Herbalife program. I lost 11.7 kilos, but I gained an amazing amount of energy and my skin just really improved. But it wasn't until my coach actually invited me to a leadership event that I actually saw the big picture of what Herbalife has to offer. I met some incredible people. I saw some amazing stories, and I just knew instantly that this company was for me. They had a heart, and they're incredible and offer something that my current career can't offer me. So I came back from that leadership event and I got to work. I set some goals with my coach. I started sharing my results with my friends. They just knew me as this new little Energizer bunny that was running everywhere, and I started to tell them exactly what my secret was. And that has allowed me to start my business. And in just a very short period of time, we've had a lot of overseas trips. We've just had an incredible life, and I'm now earning $5,000 to $6,000 per month part-time around my full-time job and my family. So it's been incredible. And what that's allowed me to do is now cut back my job, my veterinary career, back to part-time and put more time into my family, travel overseas, and to grow my business. And I'm really excited about what this year holds for us.
Okay, thank you, Natalie. Wow, what a great story too. So we're going to go now to, it's not central New South Wales, but it's certainly western New South Wales, over Tamworth Way, as they say, the country music festival capital of Australia. And we want to talk, hear from, I should say, Harriet over there in Tamworth. So Harriet, can we take it away, please?
Hey everyone, my name's Harriet. Thank you so much for the introduction. I live in Tamworth, New South Wales. So I got started on my nutrition program 7 years ago for weight loss. I went on to lose 8 kilos. I totally reshaped. I dropped a dress size and felt absolutely sensational in the products. So my background actually is mining and construction in Western Australia, but I skipped a few states and ended up in Tamworth, New South Wales. And pretty much when we moved to New South Wales, I decided that, I didn't want to continue doing mining and construction. I really wanted to have, purpose. So I remember, just from my results, people and, friends and family started asking what I was doing. I had so much energy and I was obviously like looking and feeling fantastic. So my first month in the business, I actually made $400 simply from paying it forward and helping other people to achieve amazing results. Life changed. We moved interstate and onto a property here in Tamworth, and so I was like, right, really looked at the business opportunities seriously. These last 7 years have been absolutely incredible. I'm now mum to a 3-year-old and also a 13-month-old, and these, the Herbalife has honestly created a whole different life for me, the lifestyle and being able to just design our life and being, a stay-at-home mum, seeing our girls grow up, and it's just been absolutely sensational. We actually moved interstate a couple of years ago up to central Queensland, so building that business, from remote central Queensland as well, back down to Tamworth. So absolutely love that, the flexibility of this business as well. Just last month, working around, 2 little busy girls, the company paid me $6,000. So forever grateful to Herbalife and the opportunities. Thank you.
Okay, and thank you, Harriet. Wow, those little girls are growing up fast, hey? Unbelievable. Okay, guys, we're going to go across the ditch now to Aotearoa, to New Zealand, to actually just outside of Wellington. And we're going to hear from ex-bank teller, Mandy. Mandy, can you take it away, please?
Awesome, thank you, Rob. So yeah, Mandy here, all the way from New Zealand. So I came across the opportunity in a little article. I was looking for some results. So my coach quite quickly went over the different options, and me being an impatient person, jumped on the fastest program. Wanted to feel better quicker, reshape, just get the best results as fast as I could. So at that time, I was working full-time in the banking industry, always really, really tired. Even though I slept like 8-9 hours a night, I was always tired, wanted to lose about 15 kilos. So when I, like I said, heard about the options, got on the fastest program, long story short, went on to lose 28 kilos, 150 centimeters in 6 months. And then I kept that off for several years, just using it for maintenance and obviously energy. Why wouldn't I when I was feeling so amazing? And then just recently used the products through my pregnancy, my third pregnancy. My little man is now 3 months old, and yeah, I'm absolutely feeling amazing. Back on weight loss now, already dropped 10 kilos, and then I'll go back into maintenance when I get back to my goal. So I love that the products are really versatile and you can use them differently depending on what sort of results you want. So I'll be on them for life, that's for sure. Love the energy. It's nearly midnight here in New Zealand, and you know, still feeling alive, which is great with a little 3-month-old. So yeah, so quite quickly, obviously going back to when I first started, within the first few days, obviously the energy difference. So the ladies at the bank quite quickly were like, what are you using? We want what you're on. You've got more energy. So I started sharing with them, and it was great because I was, you know, helping 2 or 3 people get started. I was making an extra $300 to $500 a week in and around my full-time job, which was awesome. Extra money is fabulous. But then I quite quickly started helping more and more people, which I was loving doing. So rewarding. So I really found my passion in helping people. So I quite quickly built it up to where I basically matched my full-time income at the bank, and thought, well, why be at the bank when I can work from home around my kids and I can earn, you know, the same or a lot more than what I was currently earning in the bank. So that's exactly what I did. I've been doing this, building my business from home now, full-time for 8 years now. Absolutely love it. I've got 3 kiddies that I work from home with. I can go to the school events. I can work when I want, where I want. I get to travel. I don't have to ask anyone for time off. I just love the time freedom, the flexibility, the friendships that you make, the travel, you know, the vacations, just everything that comes with Herbalife. So I'm so grateful that I, you know, got started on the products and got into the business and just, you know, just worked it from home. And, you know, I'm averaging between $8,000 to $10,000 a month, which I'm super grateful for, and just can't wait to help more and more people with the same opportunity. And thanks for letting me share tonight, guys.
Okay, Mandy. Boy, how about that, ladies and gentlemen? 8 to 10,000 a month. That's getting serious. Okay, we're flying way back now. We're going to Kalgoorlie in Western Australia, and we want to hear from Melissa. She's got an incredible story. A mum with a couple of kids, but wait, you hear the background, guys. Thanks, Melissa. Take it away.
Hi Rob, thanks so much for having me on the call tonight. So guys, my name's Mel and I'm from Kalgoorlie. I started on the Herbalife nutrition program 6 years ago to lose the last remaining 5 kilos of baby weight. I went on to lose 11.5 kilos really quickly, and I had loads of energy. All my family and friends were asking what I was doing and why I had so much energy. So I helped them jump on their own nutrition programs and achieve great health results themselves. After about a month of helping my family and friends, I received a $500 check from Herbalife as a reward for helping my family and friends get started on the products. You know, I'm really, really excited, and I absolutely love that I've been able to build and grow my Herbalife business in and around our busy lifestyle. I now have 3 kids. I have a 6-year-old, 5-year-old, and a 2-year-old. I love that I can absolutely do this Herbalife business, you know, anytime, anywhere, even in my PJs. So, you know, my absolute passion now is to help more mums and more families have that extra financial income that they might need to help survive or build a life of freedom for themselves. So that's my absolute passion. Before Herbalife and before having babies, I used to drive the trucks in the mines, and I absolutely loved doing that. But even before that, I absolutely used to be a beauty therapist. So I think I've always had that passion to help make people feel good about themselves and help people to look good. So, you know, thank you so much, Herbalife. I absolutely love this, and I can't believe I'm still here 6 years on, and I don't see leaving anytime soon. Herbalife pays me between $3,000 and $4,000 a month. I mean, a week. Sorry, guys. I've got the kids running around in the background there, but thank you so much, Herbalife. And I absolutely love exactly what the other mums and the other girls said on here, just the friendships, the community, and everything like that. So thank you, Herbalife.
Okay, and thank you, Mel. What a story from beautician to the big Tonka truck driver, and now making 3 to 4 grand a week. That's incredible. So, ladies and gentlemen, the penultimate person we're going to hear from is just a hop, skip, and a jump from Kalgoorlie over in Perth, and we're going to hear now from former insurance broker. And have a look at this slide. I just want to make sure you see it there. Alcohol rep, okay? That could be misconstrued. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'll introduce you to Gab Morgan. Gab, take it away. Thank you.
Thank you, mate. Thank you so much for the opportunity to share here tonight. I really appreciate it. Jess and I, when we first got married, we were always looking to make some extra money around what we currently do. We were doing at the time, make a bit extra cash, but nothing fitted in with our full-time jobs. And we were very fortunate that we got a little fly in the letterbox back in August 2002 and said, would you like to make some extra cash around what you're currently doing? And I thought, yep, that sounds like us. So we got on board, and then we realized that we have to take these supplements and these protein shakes. I'm like who does that? Like, I didn't know anyone that did that, and I thought they were crazy. You know what? We were really good students, so we took the products because we wanted to make some income here, okay? But I was just blown away. Within 3 days, the energy I got through these supplements and protein shakes was just incredible. Lost 7 kilos in 7 weeks, and Jess had a very, very similar result. And I knew straight away that we actually now have a product here that we could market and that people would want. So we got going with the business. We made $200 our first month. We were quite slow there. But within 3 years, Jess was able to quit her full-time job and go full-time Herbalife because we were looking to have kids, and we wanted to, them not to go to daycare and stuff. We wanted to be around our kids. Within 3 years, our income got up to $7,000 a month. And then after 11 years, I think it was August 2013, we hit the level which is called President's Team with Herbalife. And since then, that income we're getting from being at that level has enabled us to live exactly where we want to live here in Perth. We live in this beautiful suburb called Dalkeith. We drive the cars we want to drive. Our kids go to the private schools we want them to go to. And the thing we love the most is travel. We can travel where we want to go and know that our residual income is coming in, month out. So much so that 2019, we spent 7 months in Europe, traveling around Europe with our children, took them out of the school, homeschooled them over there, and our business did not drop. It just kept going and going and going, as Herbalife does. And it's just absolutely incredible. And I think it was 2012, I was able to quit and go full-time with Jess in the business, which has just been incredible to work together and see our relationship grow, et cetera, et cetera. But since we went President's Team, Herbalife has never paid us less than $50,000 a month in that time, which just blows me away. And I just love this incredible opportunity. But the thing we love the most is when you look back and see that the amount of people that have been affected and helped and their lives changed because we got that little fly in the letterbox, and it's really, really humbling. And all I can say is thank you, Herbalife. We're just so grateful, so blessed, and so pleased to be involved in this opportunity. So thanks for letting me share, Walshy, and cheers, guys. Have a good one.
Okay, thank you very much, Gav, and thank you to all of our participants here tonight. Thank you for sharing. Some definitely heartwarming stories there. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get to it. Herbalife is very, very big on personal development. And in fact, we learned, all of us, that, to grow your income and to grow your life, you have to grow as a person. That has to come with it. So here's what Herbalife offers apart from everything that you've heard. Number one, your own coach. Okay, somebody, and I would like to point out that every single person that you just heard from started out on the products first for one reason or another. And so everybody is talking from their personal experience, from their heart, not from their head. We don't teach people what to say about the products. We teach people how to get a result on the products, and then they can say whatever happened to them. So you're going to get your own coach who is, has already walked the path that you want to walk. You've got incredible online support, on access 24/7. to help you in any way, shape or form that you want to get. We have live, like we're doing now, weekly and online training events. We've got monthly business trainings for those who want to develop a business that has that royalty income. We've got national and international leadership development events. So if you feel that you have that desire to be a leader, Herbalife has a fast-track leadership development program for people like you. The most important thing is that you're in business for yourself, but certainly not by yourself. I just want to add at this juncture too, that the stories that you've just heard and the stories that you will hear, I want to just state this for the record, that they're not typical, okay? All results are different, and it's largely going to be dictated by the person and how much work you do and how much you are willing to apply yourself and learn how to be in business for yourself in the wellness industry, helping people lead a healthy, active lifestyle. But if you're teachable, there is no reason why you can't have a story like you've heard here tonight, okay? The person who's invited you onto tonight can show you how to do one of the following things, okay? Get involved in one of our healthy, active lifestyle activities. Now, these are all underpinned by our nutrition, okay? But if you just want to get to your level 10, if you want to make a step in that direction, if that's all you want to do, that's fine, because that's our reason for being, is to help people lead a healthy, active lifestyle, okay? Get started on one of our programs, just so that you can change that nutritional balance and get your absorption right, as I mentioned earlier, okay? One of the other things you could do is to supplement your income around your current schedule. Would an extra $20,000 to $25,000 a year help? If it would help, make sure you ask the person who invited you on here tonight about our concept of building a Herbalife house, okay? And that's the kind of income that a Herbalife house will generate, if you're interested in that. And number D is, or I should say letter D, is to get started on our fast-track leadership development program. We've got some things coming up that will affect the timing of progress for a lot of people. We've got some things happening that are not ordinary, so it's an extraordinary next few months coming up. And if you like what you see, and if you do have leadership aspirations, then you need to let the person who invited you on this call here tonight. I'm going to throw an E in here for you, okay? It's not on there, but I'm going to throw in E. And that is this: you can do nothing at all, and your life will be exactly as it is, okay? And that's okay if you're okay. But I want to say this, that you wouldn't be on this call if you weren't looking for something, okay? And here's what we offer. We offer health, we offer freedom, time freedom, and we offer an extraordinary opportunity to carve out a financial destiny for you and your family. So, and you can do it part-time, starting from right where you are. It doesn't matter. So for those who are on the call here tonight, we want to say thank you very much for being on the call. We appreciate your time and your investment in self. At the very least, we'd like to see you get healthier, at the very least. But we also would like to welcome you to the Herbalife company, the Herbalife family, as we like to call it, and help us help others. Why not you, and why not now? Because someone's going to do it. Why not you? So I'd like to say thank you very much for getting on the call with us tonight. Thanks for investing your time. Just get back to the person who invited you on and just tell them what you would like to do, if anything, of those options that I outlined. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. I'll leave you with this. If you want things to change, you have to change. And if you want things to be better, you've got to get better. And we can help you change, and we can help you get better. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening here tonight. Rob Walsh from the Gold Coast signing out and saying thank you very much. Good night.